everybody.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got to oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Bills have recovered. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were all already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down, now they lose it.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Over the middle here to Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. The defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive. All right, it's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Allen going to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 3 yards on the play.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, here we go.
On play action, Allen. Benjamin with it over the middle. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got to...
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Wright's got it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Set. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. They'll set up the screen to McCoy. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran us.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they're throwing interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Coleman now. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to have a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
On the left side, this is Stills. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On the right side, open is Gesicki. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still second down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
After the penalty, it's McCoy. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Green 39! Green 39!
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. Oh, what a move. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And now out come the Bills. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. He's in trouble, and McCoy won't make it out of the end zone. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. On first down, Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes in there to get him for a loss of 5. So we've reached... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles Harris able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
But give to McCoy. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
And here's Allen to throw on third down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Allen to throw it. forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Stephon Anthony able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charles Clay, 26 yards. And the Bills are in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he slides to avoid the hit.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
19. Good.
Now Wilson looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Parker unable to get that one.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
6-yard lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
McCoy, the lone man in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy taking it in. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now Amendola. The Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Wilson. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
10 more there and another first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. On 2nd down, Wilson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Barthema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Working out of his shotgun. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. There's Wilson to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jerry Hughes able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Albert Wilson, his 1st touchdown as a Miami Dolphin. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now Jones. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Here we go now.
This give is to McCoy. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A lot of bulk out there, as you might expect, on that D-line to try to stop the run on 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Bills on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it with McCoy. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Uses the spin. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. The numbers tell the story. Not the best start, but it's not often how you start, it's how you finish. And since that start, he's been good.
Can you just imagine what was going on in the locker room with the defensive coordinator? Because things were working so well. His game plan was in effect. They were holding him down. He was off his game. But you just know that he was nervous at halftime because you don't hold a guy like that down for very long. And in this case, his fears were realized.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah,
it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 53 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization. Because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talents. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's Coleman, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bills will take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Four down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And they're down to 17 seconds now here after the spike. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now Allen. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that takes us from second to third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw, it's Allen. Now in depth, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Brian Poole, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited.